Thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. My name is Varush and this is your reading for Aquarius season. Happy birthday to all my Aquarians out there, you weirdos. I hope you guys are having a wonderful birthday season. This is the Pick a Card channel. This is a pick a card. It's not only for Aquarians. This is for the energies with us from January 20th until February 17th, Aquarius season, okay? So we have three options, number 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to choose. I am also going to do a video for every single sign on the main channel, youtube.com/Varush. You want to subscribe to both channels separately. But on the main channel, as I said, I will do dedicated videos for every sign for Aquarius season and more to come. I'll make announcements on the main channel about that. But for the meantime, this is your introductory messages for the next 30 days or so. Number 1, number 2, number 3. And as I said, everybody can watch these. This isn't just for Aquarians. This is for everyone. So choose number 1. We're going to start with number 1 right away, and I'm not going to do editing, so you're going to see me switch between cards. The cards I'm using today are the Cosmic Tarot, the Aquarian Tarot, and also the Rorig Tarot. So we'll start with the Rorig from the bottom. Number 1, let's begin. Thank you for joining me. Let's take a look at your cards. Your first card is the Hanged Man. This is ruled by Neptune. This is a card that I could easily allot to Saturn as well. To me, the Hanged Man always has to do with a choice imposed on you from external forces, maybe a little bit of a wait period with regard to some things that you're hoping for. We have the Magician, wow, coming up strong with 2 higher arcana or trump cards. The Magician is ruled by Mercury, and then we have the 8 of Swords, which is Saturn in Pisces, I believe. And so that comes up as the third card. So I have a feeling as though somebody is trying to figure out a strategy on how to deal with a situation. There has been a pause or a break in circumstances. And so in order to figure out which path to take, somebody is trying to really ponder and figure out their current circumstances, figure out what to do about the situation. But because it's the Magician, I would really suggest that this is not going to be something that's going to be permanent, not something that is not going to be resolved, not something that's not going to have a solution, because the Magician has so much skill and so many abilities to push things along. So in this situation that you're involved in, yes, there may be some kind of impasse or some difficulties in the road, but I do believe that the Magician, which could be yourself or someone around you, has the means and the abilities necessary to solve this problem, solve whatever riddle you have been faced with. There's a word here on this card. This is the Rorig Tarot, and it says trial. So I'm not sure if you are on trial. This is really reminding me of Kafka, Franz Kafka's book called The Trial. I really recommend anyone who is interested in bigger topics or spirituality read it. But I do feel as though this is in that book. What happens is that there is a framework of a trial or a feeling of a trial. Somebody is under circumspection, or somebody is being blamed in such a way that they don't even, there is no outright accusation, there is no specific person from whom that accusation is made, and this person stands under the trial of some unnamed authority figure, kind of very much hegemonic kind of power structure, pointing down at the individual who doesn't know what they did. Ironically, in your second set of cards from the Aquarian Tarot, we have the Hanged Man again. So definitely some kind of delay over the next month is necessary, or maybe you have been already in a state of delay. Something is incubating, something is waiting for it to come into fruition. Something's not quite yet ready to hatch from its egg. Something's not materializing fully yet, but yet the situation is persisting. Okay, here is the next message. Something persists from the past, from Capricorn season. The King of Swords is the next card. Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Secondary transits in Fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. This is the person that may be the magician. So there's someone who has great ability, great resources, who is around you at this time, who can in some way coordinate or help circumstances. This is a person of reason and of a strong mind. I have a feeling that this person is invested in trying to free you from a situation that you don't know how to move on from. Either it's a situation you're stuck in, or you're waiting simply for new opportunities to come along. For some of you, this is opportunities that you're waiting for in the realm of education, such as going for your master's degree or PhD, or maybe just getting into university. You've been waiting for a while for this opportunity to become available to you, and now I have a feeling that somebody else is getting involved to kind of carve out a path for you or help you along the way. The next message is the Fool. So a decision will be made, or a decision is about to be made in the next 30 days. I have a feeling that a lot of this has to do with the barriers or the obstacles that you are facing to get to where you want to be. And so I have a feeling that with the help of the magician, the King of Swords, whoever that is, including yourself, even if you're a woman, this could be you. There's an interjection of someone who has great power, great skill, reason, rationale, and this person helps to set you free from whatever situation has been holding you back or slowing you down. Here is the next message. We have the Emperor, which is the card of Aries. So very powerful, all higher arcana here. We in fact have already 5 higher arcana on your table for number 1. The Emperor rules home, family, relationships, business, all of those things, structure, order. It's the ultimate Yang card, or the divine masculine card. Maybe there have been certain delays with regard to a relationship. Maybe there have been certain things that have gone slowly because of the influence of men. What else is new? Just kidding. But we have the Emperor here in some way now edging towards action. So I have a feeling that something to do with business, something to do with home, something to do with family or your marriage has been slow to come into fruition, but now that is about to start manifesting for you. That is about to start coming into reality for you. The next card is the Four of Pentacles. Somebody could have used their abilities in the past to help you along. Somebody could have had those resources to help you to get to where you need to be, but for whatever reason, they held back from you on that. This is the time frame of the Sun in Capricorn. So in terms of time frame, something may have begun to change over the last month or so. I have a feeling that maybe this is behind the scenes, so you may not be aware of it yet. And it may be something to do with the King of Swords, who was the person on their private front considering a different course of action, a different perspective. Somebody is changing their mind so much so that they are now in some way ready to take action regarding the things that haven't been taken care of. The things that have been latent are going to be addressed. So whatever has been on pause is now going to come into action, including if you are waiting on a relationship to get serious, if you're waiting for commitment, that might be happening for you as well. The last card for now, we have the Two of Swords, which is Moon in Libra from the Cosmic Tarot, sorry. So coming to peace with things, coming to peace with the past and all the things that it brought to you, all the things it didn't bring to you, forgiving people for the past as you get excited about your future. Some of the things that were so important to you in the past, you now reflect upon as no longer as core to who you are, no longer as dependent upon them. You realize some of the people around you were a bit of a miser. Some of the people around you were not willing to look forward. I have a feeling somebody could have continually looked to the past and with an inability to look into the future, an inability to turn their life around and to go with you in a future direction. So in some way, you're stepping away from someone, but you're also stepping towards the new opportunities. And also now you have no attachment holding you back from the direction that you're about to go. With that, all the restrictions on your life disappear, and now you are ready to move forward. So if you chose number 1, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real, and I hope you have a nice day. Stick around for number 2 and 3 if you still have questions. Okay, so now we're going to do number 2. Welcome, number 2. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to take a look at your cards, and your first card is from the Rorig Tarot. Whoa, you have the 7 of Swords. This card definitely looks intimidating here. This is a very cool artsy deck, and the 7 of Swords is ruled by Moon and Aquarius, but you don't have to have an Aquarian sign to watch these videos. This is for the next 30 days. We have 7 of Swords. Definitely a situation you're trying to avoid or get distance from. There might be some kind of a secret in your past that is in some way on your mind. You're thinking about the past. You're hoping it doesn't come up again. There's this kind of latent feeling towards the past in which you sort of want to stay clear of a situation. Princess of Wands, you're excited about your current energy. You're excited about where your life is going. This is like, don't bore me with the past. I just want to really enjoy the present moment. But there is a secret in the past. There is something that you'll have to deal with. And mind you, I'm in my 30s, so I have had some experience at life. And what I'll say is, usually if we avoid circumstances that are inconvenient, they tend to come up later in a more complicated way. So I know you may be very excited about what's currently going on for you. However, I have a feeling that maybe there's something that you still need to address. So make sure to do that if you have the ability to. 9 of Cups, celebration and joy, fulfillment of wishes, Jupiter in Pisces. Fulfillment of wishes, happiness, joy. I have a feeling that there is someone who is also, there is definitely someone in the next 30 days, either yourself or someone around you, who's trying to avoid a situation. So rather than direct conflict, there's definitely some kind of person or someone or something who is in some way trying to avoid the consequence of past events. And trying to kind of leave a situation or leave behind a situation in some way, and also very much be celebratory or excited about their current path or the current path that they're on. This could be very well you, very, very excited for this season, excited for Valentine's Day and whatever other holidays you have personally coming up in the next 30 days or so. And this is the celebration. So this could mean a time of great celebration. There's this little air of avoidance here. So like partying to forget the hard times, going out with friends to avoid the hard times, shopping to avoid the hard times, drinking to avoid the hard times. The 9 of Cups is here. So those are all things that may be coming up for the next month or so. You do with that what you will. The 4 of Pentacles from the Aquarian Tarot, Sun in Capricorn. So there was a situation probably not that long ago, probably in December or January, in which something came up, something that's really scary, and now you're kind of on pause. I have a feeling that this is something from the past and maybe even much more further back than a month ago, but I think definitely whatever came up in the last month has become on your horizon, and you really don't want to face that situation, that person, whatever it is. There's definitely a block. You definitely are not open to dealing with that situation. You want to enjoy life and have a good time. The next message is the Queen of Rods in the center. That could be you, a Sag, Leo, or Aries. Secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Definitely wanting to celebrate like an aspect of yourself. Definitely wanting to celebrate who you've become. Definitely want to enjoy the finer things in life rather than looking at the details. I think that you want to show forward your accomplishments. You want to put forward what you've achieved. You want to socialize. You want to connect. You want to have fun. You don't have time for complicated energies. And then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. This is the card of learning, institutions, and communities. So definitely a community spirit with you for the next month. There's also a little bit of a life lesson that you're learning over the next month or so, specifically probably to do with the situation you're trying to move on from or evolve from. I think that's what I got stuck on. So you definitely want to move past a certain circumstance. You're drawing your conclusions, you're learning your life lessons, and you're sort of separating yourself from those past relationships. You're leaving behind that lesson. The lesson specifically is a circumstance or a situation that got complicated really fast, a circumstance or a situation in which you were being in some way sought out for something by an energy that you didn't want to be open towards. And so you rather celebrate and have fun, connect with your community, and then also get on the right path. So for some of you, this could have been bad behaviors, such as codependent behaviors, including alcohol and drugs. And so you could have also put a stop to something unhealthy in your life and moving towards something healthy, which is the Hierophant, which represents God. But even if you don't believe in God, then this is like a higher power, higher order of things, getting back on track with things, especially in the realm of nutrition. So you may have been less than healthy over the last little while with what you consume, but that's definitely changing, and now you're getting back in the flow of things, and things are much healthier, or you are much healthier. Cosmic Tarot, Seven of Pentacles next, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles is long-term solutions. What do I want in the long term? That's what you have asked yourself, or that's what motivated you to get out of this situation. So it's like you took a look at your environment. Maybe you took a look at how you were using your time, and you realized that it was not exactly what you wanted. So you decided to, heck, I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to invest in the direction I'm going. I'm going to invest in the prospects before me. And so what I'm doing, where I'm putting my time, where I'm putting my energy, is not healthy. This can also suggest that somebody is seeking money from you, seeking resources from you, and I think you're going to shut that situation down. It's not something that you feel comfortable with. Maybe somebody's asking to borrow money. I think you're going to shut it down and take the money or the resources and invest it in yourself. Great. If you feel like it's a threat, then definitely don't lend money. Three of Wands. I had that situation over Christmas. I lent someone money on Christmas Eve, and I don't think I'm going to get it back. Three of Wands. Okay, so I think I got conned, but we have Three of Wands. Okay. So things coming in, and I feel as though good things coming in, big celebration. This is like, I'm not going to let the hard situation stop me. I'm still going to really enjoy the bright and powerful energy of the current month. One of the big things over the next month is the stellium in Capricorn, in which Ceres, Saturn, Pluto create a conjunction that happens from January on, and then Jupiter is also in Capricorn. So it's a very powerful stellium in Capricorn. This is giving us energy, vitality, all these things that will influence you over the next month. Anything in the realm of beauty is going to come to you now. Anything that has to do with celebration of your beauty, celebration of the finer things in life, maybe some kind of showcasing, which means maybe a performance or maybe in some other way celebrating, dance, going out and dancing with your friends. There's a lot of this kind of showmanship of who you are and what you have. Here is the last card, last but not least, the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. She's coming up for me a lot as the spreader of secrets for the last few months. She's been really coming through in readings as the archetype of that. So there's definitely somebody coming towards you with answers to something in the past that you didn't know. And I have a feeling that it involved something to do with this situation, the Seven of Swords. And so now the Queen of Cups is coming in to clarify that question mark. So you've left a situation behind without too much closure. I think that's going to become clarified for you. I also have a feeling that there's a consolidation, or you are in some way making up with a friend with whom maybe there was separation or misunderstanding. Somebody's coming in with wonderful energy. They're coming in with more energy than they had before when you last saw them, and you've really missed them in your life. And I think that they're coming back in with just support, admiration, and love. Okay, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. If you don't like this option, or if it doesn't vibe, then make sure to watch number 1 and 3. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so number 3, last but not least, let's take a look at your reading. And we're going to begin with the Royal Rig Tarot. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. So we start off with the Nine of Swords, which is Mars in Gemini. Broken heart. Maybe you start off this month of Aquarius season from January 20th to February 17th with maybe you just feel tired. Maybe you just feel tired from all the different things that have come up in your life for the last few months. Or yeah, you're just tired, done with it. There's been definitely some heavy things that have come through in your life. And then you have the Two of Wands. This is coming up for a lot of people. So Two of Wands is like the vision, the prospect, knowing which direction you go. This is Mars in Aries. So I think that maybe some of the more harsher lessons you've heard over the last month or so really have to do with knowing exactly what to stop. Whatever situation you're in, or whatever circumstances you've been a part of, whatever relationships you've been a part of, maybe you learned some lessons about those people and those situations, and now you are moving towards a future. And as you realize those things or come to terms with what you've learned or what you've figured out or have been told, you are now given opportunities in new directions, and new things on the horizon are becoming available for you. Then we have the Star, which is soulmate energy, okay? Soulmate energy, Aquarian energy. So Aquarian energy is not necessarily soulmate for everyone, right? For some of us, yes. For others, no. But I have a feeling that now there is a deeper understanding of some truth that you have been involved with. The direction to go is enlightenment. So you will learn about which direction you need to go. And I think that there's going to be a fortunate turn of events for something. I think something is going to be much more positive for you than I think you expect. Maybe somebody who you thought very low of may turn around, or a situation that you thought wasn't going to be very good or that you were worried about will in some way redeem itself and bring you positive energy. I think that for some of you, from a place of considerable darkness or doubt or fear or anxiety, you're about to turn the corner and really find something to get excited about, something that you're going to see as a possibility for yourself. It's going to completely negate whatever bad things have been going on. And I think that there's going to be a very clear vision of which direction you want to go and which direction you want to feel good about. Here is the next message. We have the Eight of Cups. This is Saturn in Pisces. So Eight of Cups, yeah, having to walk away from something you really wanted to convince someone or something to be better or to be more agreeable, but for whatever reason, it was just not possible. You know, when you try to get someone to go for a walk and they're just not having it, or you try to encourage someone to have a more positive attitude, but they were just not able to. You really tried towards someone or something, and no matter how much you tried, it just didn't work out in the way that you had hoped. Then we have the Two of Rods again. We had a couple double cards here. So we have Two of Rods and Two of Rods in the center. So probably in about the mid-month, there's a lot going on about February 12th or January 22nd. That's going to be an important transit. But both of these transits, there's going to be considerable energy towards making huge changes for us in our lives, huge transformation. So there is a real possibility here to do a 180. A 180 is when you go one direction and then you turn the opposite direction through understanding. So you may have thought that you needed to be very loyal to a person or a situation forever. And lo and behold, through these circumstances, you realize that who you need to be loyal to is yourself. And so we have the Two of Rods again. Two of Rods is the Four of Rods. And so I have a feeling that your heart is melting from maybe being a little cold or being a little bit disconnected or feeling a little bit, just stuck. And so I have a feeling that you're warming up, maybe warming up to a situation. Maybe you were hurt by somebody's actions and behaviors and you were really disconnecting, but then something happens in the next month that makes you warm up, makes you reconsider how offended you feel, how avoidant you feel of a situation, and you start warming up to that situation again. So for those of you who are ready to break up with someone, there might be an opportunity for redemption. If you're waiting for that redemption to come through, that might happen in the next month. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so hard work and effort. So you get shown the blueprint. Some energy comes in, it's a person, a situation, or maybe just inspiration, and in some way you're shown the blueprint. So you're shown the matrix behind everything that we see. You see the code, you see the low level programming of everything, and you understand. And what that means is that in some way you clue in, especially maybe even for a moment, as to what's supposed to be happening or how it's supposed to be happening. And then you in some way get your butt in gear, the Two of Pentacles, and you start working towards it. It's like realizing you want to be a writer, for example, or whatever you realize that you want to do. And it's not going to happen overnight, but you finally realize what your goal is. Also, maybe you realize who you are in love with. Four of Wands is a marriage card. So maybe you realize who you're in love with and you change your course of action and you start working towards the things that matter, away from the things that were wasting your time. Let's take a look at the last row. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I love how the star appears over her forehead there. Then we have also water sign elements, so Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Hard to accept that there's distance between yourself and someone else. Somebody has their boundary up. This could be a man or a woman, any sign. Somebody has their boundary up, and those big walls just are very hard to reach. Like I said early on, remember asking someone to go for a walk, asking someone to communicate, asking someone to in some way, how do you say, come around. It's been very difficult, and I have a feeling that you have gotten discouraged, you were ready to give up. It just felt like they were never going to come around in the way that you'd like them to. They were never going to come around in the way that you hoped. And it was all about personal boundaries. I have a feeling somebody around you was incredibly stubborn about the way your relationship was supposed to evolve or function, and they didn't give you much room for your input. They basically said it's going to be this way or the highway. So you had to deal with that. The next card is the Ten of Cups. So here's our turnaround. Definitely in the middle. I have a feeling for number 3, you're starting off in kind of a frustrated energy. Maybe not bad, but definitely frustrated, wishing that things were the other way, taking a step towards your future, possibly by letting something go. And also, this can be also you sticking up for your personal boundaries. So maybe somebody said something hurtful and you just realized you don't want to be a part of that. And so you distance yourself from a situation. Mid-month, I think you get more emotional fulfillment as early as January 22nd, so 24th and so forth. That energy's coming in. On the 24th, we have a new moon in Aquarius. So expect these changes very, very soon, coming close together with someone around the home, changing your mind about situations, something that was completely unworkable, didn't make any sense to you, you'll start to understand. And also love will come into your life over the next month or so, and fulfillment from people that are worthwhile, people that you care about, and that will bring you happiness as well. The last card is the Hermit. So we have the card of Virgo again, Two of Pentacles. You will be left on your own to deal with something. You will be left on your own to make something a reality. So I have a feeling that there's going to be a flash of inspiration over the next month that's going to lead you towards which way you need to go. Maybe a part of that has to do with leaving a situation behind. Yes, it was beneath you. Yes, it was below you. Yes, it was infringing on your personal boundaries. And so therefore, you made the choice to be happy. You've made the choice to be sound. You've made the choice to build home in a new direction. And these are fated things. This is the star. So you were always meant to go in this direction. But that doesn't mean you don't have to work. So this is you putting your work and effort in towards paying for or achieving whatever it is that you want, and then committing to yourself. This is the Hermit. This is like a higher reason card. It's like you understand from a higher reason, logic, that you need to go in this direction because it's the right direction for you. And so I have a feeling that there's very, very strong feeling of happiness and fulfillment with you by the end of Aquarian season. I encourage you guys to check out your reading for your sign on the main channel. That will be linked in the description when it's ready. But for the meantime, I hope this helps. If you don't like this option, choose one or two. Make sure to like, comment to make the energy real. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Aquarian season. Thanks. Bye.